At a time when publishing is easier than ever, it's hard to stand out as a writer. But for one local teacher, he's beating the odds with a brand new book that combines his passion to chase a dream and his background in sports. So we welcome to the show the author, Dan Largent, and the teacher, Dan Largent, too. The author of Before We Ever Spoke. Dan teaches in Olmsted Falls. Yep. What a great story. You're a teacher, you were a coach, and you're a writer. How do you pack that all into a day?
Well, I have a very supportive wife, my wife April, and then, you know, I have a lot of very supportive people in my life who definitely helped me.
Did you always want to be a writer?
Yes.
You did?
I mean,
okay.
Oh, yeah. I was always one of those kids who would, you know, keep journals and write things. I wasn't very good. And it wasn't until really, I was about 17 or 18, I started writing a little more seriously.
Let's go to the book. Before We Ever Spoke is a sports, romance, suspense story. Wow.
Choosing one genre was kind of hard there.
Yeah, don't give us too much, but give us a little bit.
All right, well, the main character's name is Cooper Madison, and he's a fictional best pitcher in baseball, Cy Young Award winner, who has a tragic event happen, steps down at the peak of his game. His father was from Cleveland, even though he wasn't, and so he moves to Cleveland to seek refuge a little bit. Meets the other main character, Kara Knox, who's a Cleveland State University student, delivering food.
Well, this really does have a lot of Cleveland.
And then you mix in the EPK Edgewater Park Killer, and you got a whole story.
Oh, there you go. All right, so a lot of it is set in Cleveland.
Yeah, it's mostly set in Cleveland and past Christiana, Mississippi, and a little bit in Chicago.
So this was a bucket list type of thing for you?
This was a bucket list. My own mother did not know I was writing a book until about a week or so before it was published.
Really?
Yeah, it was just something for me to do.
Okay, now you wrote the book, but you had a busy schedule, right? You're coaching, I mean, you're involved in teaching, and now you're a dad too. But you've kind of set out this as an example for your kids to say, hey, listen, you set out to do something, go do it.
Yeah, well, you know, I say in the opening of the book that, you know, I started writing the book before you were born, but I finished it because you were born.
Oh, that's great.
You know, and
well, you are a writer. You are a writer, man. Bravo.
I'm something. I don't know.
That was a good line. I'll tell you that. Now you're working on a sequel.
I am. The sequel should be done probably sometime in June, and the audiobook is coming out in the next week or so. There's a lot going on with it, and it's really been a wild ride. Yeah,
well, it's been a good ride. Currently rated 5 stars on Amazon. Good for you. All right, so you can get the book, and I would imagine the sequel when it comes out, danlargent.com.
Yep.
Okay, you can buy the book at Amazon, Walmart, Barnes & Noble, Kindle. Buy the book everywhere. Yeah. Do you miss coaching at all?
You know, every now and again, but my kids are so involved in sports, Brooke, Grace, and Luke, and I'm chasing them around and watching them play, and that kind of fills that void right now.
A philosophical end to the interview, okay? Right. Is it fun to write or to have written? Wow, deep. I know, deep, huh?
You're going to get me in trouble with my English teacher? Both.
Well done. All right. That's great. Hey, congratulations.
Thank you so much for having me.
Great story, all right? You see the book, you know where to get it.